Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Ever since the XP gems were buffed, getting XP gems from the grid has been a great way to get XP for your minis, and in fact just cycling the grid is the best way to get a mix of both stars and XP for your minis so that you can improve both their rarity and their experience level at the same time. And I've been testing this feature a lot, and now I believe I have cracked the code. I have done lots of different purchases, red buttons, daily refreshes, combination of everything, and in this video I'm going to reveal to you exactly how this works and how you can get guaranteed XP gems on the grid. In short, you get a new XP gem on the grid whenever you have cycled 18 minis together with or after the last XP gem you had there, and there is space for the gem to appear. Yeah, that's a bit of a long sentence, but that is the definition of how XP gems spawn on the grid. You need to cycle 18 minis, so 18 minis need to leave the grid. That's minis or talents. Talents actually do count as minis for this purpose. And also there has to be space for the gem to appear, because if you cycle 5 minis at a time with a purchase in T shape or in L shape, then you're refreshing 5 slots, all of those are minis, all of those will be minis again, and that means that there's no space for the gem to appear, so there needs to be space for that. If you do a cycle of 5 minis with a red button, then it's okay, because that cycles every single slot on the grid, so there's always enough space for the gem to appear. But taking into account that there has to be that space for the gem, and talents count as minis, and 18 minis have to be cycled away from the grid, either together with the purchase when you purchase the gem or after that. So as a practical implication, if you have a bunch of code and you're just cycling through the grid, the way you do it is you set up so that you will buy 4 minis together with the gem initially, then you will buy 5 minis in either T shape or L shape, again 5 minis in either T shape or L shape, then you drop 1 out of the formation, buy 4 minis, now 18 minis have been cycled from the grid and you will get another gem. You can also do this with red buttons, because red button cycles all 5 at the same time, and it also leaves space for the gem. Then you only need to cycle 3 minis together with the initial gem, then red button, red button, red button, 3 red buttons, that's 18 minis cycled, and that will give another XP gem on your grid. The first step of this cycle is always a bit of a puzzle. So for example, let's say we have a grid like this over here. I want to buy that gem. Then I have to figure out how do I get on the horizontal and vertical lines so that I will have 4 minis there if I want to do purchases, or 3 minis if I want to do it with red buttons. 3 minis I could already buy the Hogger there, that would also refresh the Murkai and that would refresh the Sylvanas, or I could buy the Sylvanas which would refresh the Hogger and the Rivendare, so that would work with red buttons. There's no 4 minis immediately here together with the gem, but I could move either the Footman to the gem position and then I could buy the Footman, refresh 4 plus gem, or I could move the Chain Lightning there and also refresh 4 plus gem. So there's various options. It's always a bit of a puzzle at the start when you think about, okay, I want to buy that gem and I want to refresh enough minis so that I will be set for the next one. And after that you move the grid into an L or T shape, so it can be L or it can be a reverse L. Then you buy the corner in the L shape, so for example buying the Talnos over there or buying the Fire Elemental. With L shape there are 2 minis at the end, so those minis are 2 steps away from the purchase spot. So if you want specific minis, it can be a little bit more expensive with this shape than with T, but it will depend on how easy it is to form the formation initially. If you go with a T shape, it looks like this, and here Plague Farmer would be the mini that I would buy, and then that would refresh all 5 minis. And then for the final step, I'd have to drop 1 out of the formation, so I would just buy 4. That would mean that there would be enough space for the gem to spawn. So to sum this all up, you can cycle with any combination of purchases, red buttons, and daily refreshes, as long as 18 minis have been cycled together or after the last gem you have had. A new XP gem is going to spawn as long as there is space for it. So this did not turn out to be a very complex system after all. There's nothing probabilistic about it, there's no variation, it's just get 18 minis away and another XP gem will spawn, and armed with this information you can make all sorts of combinations and make perfect use of your daily refreshes as well, and just get the optimal number of XP gems to level up your minis that much faster. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.